For me, I always had to live with the consequence that I may not be able to walk again after a fracture or be the same or basically do things like, oh, everyone else does it. My name is Orville Mckellop and I have osteogenesis imperfecta, also known as brittle bone. In short, it basically means that your bones are a lot easier to break than a normal person, and it makes everyday things more challenging for you. My condition of brittle bone is rather mild compared to others, but it's still very serious. Some of the characteristics of my brittle bone is that my sclera is slightly blue and I'm also rather short, and I also had bow leg, but that was corrected in grade 7. My father has a condition, so my family expected that I would also have the condition. Over the years, they've rather treated me like a member of the family, really, no different than anyone else.
But despite his family's efforts to protect and shield him, 18-year-old Orville has had his fair share of fractures over the years.
So I'm a student at the Jonathan Grant High School, and in the 7th grade, my first major accident occurred. I had to do a replacement surgery to replace the pins that were placed in my leg when I was around 4. And after that, during my time recovering, I tripped and fell and I broke my right femur and had to be hospitalized again. It was in the 8th grade when I tripped and fell in a class and broke both my left and right thigh. When you're recovering from a major surgery, you often get lost in boredom. You don't have much to do, so during that time I experimented, and graphic design was one of those things I experimented with, and over time it just grew into something more than just a hobby. I have very generous friends, I guess you could say, and they're very dedicated, so they would come visit me like 3 times for the week and bring notes to me so I could get them, and just to cheer me up.
And when it was time for Orville to return to school, he had the right support and frame of mind to resume his duties as a student.
My mom has been my greatest supporter throughout my time recovering and during my exams. She supports me by making sure on a daily basis I have everything I need for school, despite the cost or how hard it might be to get it. I had many friends. Sometimes it would be like a tug of war to see who would carry my bag today, who would carry my crutches today, and really it was more of a race to see who would be able to carry me up the stairs first. I had to take a lot of time out and stop doing many of the things I would do in my extra time and dedicate most of my time towards studying. I mostly study when I get here at school, since I live in a rather noisy environment, so I'd rather get here super early so I can study until it's time for classes. Usually I'd get here by 9 o'clock, but my classes start at 12:20 to be exact.
Fast forward to a few years later, when the hard work, determination, and support of his friends and family have paid off. Orville has emerged as the top student of the graduating class of 2019 at Jonathan Grant High School.
I managed to get 10 subjects in the category of 4 1s and 6 2s. I mainly did business subjects and visual arts, along with the mandatory maths, English, and IT, and 3 others. Being the top student of the graduating class of 2019 is quite a... I wish I could say it was unexpected, but I was being hyped up the entire time by my friends. Or like, yeah, you're gonna get it.
I'm happy that I got to see him go through his struggles and whatever he had to go through, and he still came out on top. He fell and he got back up. Orville is he's a great person, and I am motivated by him because he perseveres. He keeps pushing through regardless of his obstacles, and that is a great motivator. I am happy that I stuck to him.
The aspiring chartered accountant and graphic artist, who has received a full scholarship from the school to attend sixth form, vows to continue to excel in his future endeavors.
I plan on satisfying the requirements of the scholarship by giving it my best in terms of my academic and extracurricular performances during my time here. As it pertains to where I would like to go after sixth form, I preferably like to go to either the University of the West Indies or UTech to pursue my career in accounting. I would just like to say thank you to each and everyone that has supported me throughout the years, even in the smallest way possible, because each and every one of you and your support, it really does matter to me.